Hello everybody, welcome to Learn to Draw and Color. My name is Travis, and today we're going to be drawing the Pokemon Gengar. Before we get started, we're going to need a few art supplies, starting out with these Mancola markers, and then also some marker-specific paper. I like this marker paper because it prevents a lot of the ink from bleeding through. You'll also need a pencil with an eraser. Okay, whenever we start the drawings, I like to start with the basic shape. So in this case, we've got Gengar here. I'll put up the picture in the upper right hand corner, and what you can see is he's basically the shape of an egg. And then from there, I'm going to do the basic outline, what I believe the arms should look like. And so I'm trying to get them symmetrical and get the ratio from arm to head about as close as I can get it. You'll notice that I don't draw the fingers right away. Again, I'm kind of just looking to get the general shape of the cartoon that I'm drawing before I start filling in the details like the eyes or the fingers and stuff like that. Now that I've got a pretty good shape of the body, the arms, and the legs, it's time to start adding the horns and then some of the spikes which ride on his back. You actually see that I use the eraser quite a bit. That's because it's okay to make mistakes, so you'll see a lot of artists, they'll start with the eyes and just go straight into the detail right away. I really want to get that shape. I want to get the perspective right, the ratios right, and all of that to look fairly correct before I start filling in the details like the eyes or the teeth or the mouth. Now that I do have that shape, it's time to start the eyes, and so they're two like horizontal lines followed by like circles inside of them. The eyeballs themselves are ovals, and because I didn't really like the horns, the length too much, I kind of shortened them a little bit. Now I'll just erase the end of the arms and then fill in the spiked fingers. Time for the teeth. A little row at the top, kind of like a half circle. And then we'll fill in the tongue. It'll make that sticking out, and you'll see that the pencil marks behind it I'll have to erase because this is a three-dimensional drawing, so just go ahead and draw the tongue right over the top, and then just erase the lines that are in the foreground, or in the background. I make slight curves to the teeth to make them look like they're sticking out a little bit. It's a little bit different from like the original style of the character, but I think it looks a little bit better. Alright, get that leg just right. And then we'll start adding those spiked toenails. Okay, that looks pretty good. Time to erase the lines that were kind of made up a big part of the head. And so basically it'll make it look like his spikes and the horns are part of the head by erasing that line. So now I've got a good picture, a good outline. And now it's time to start filling in with black. So most of the characters that I do, they'll have a black outline. And so I'll just go over all of the pencil marks with a fine-tipped black marker or pen. In this case, I'm using those Mancola markers, and I'm just using the black. They're pretty nice markers because they have the ultra-fine tip, which I'm using right now. And then they have more of a brush tip, which still allows a lot of control, which you'll see me fill in the character a little bit later. Just take your time with this. Go ahead and, just do the outline. Make it look sharp and nice. There we go. Fill in the eyes a little bit. And now what I'm going to do, and I do this every time, is once I've got the outline done in the black marker, I go over it with the eraser and erase any of the lead marks from the pencil and clean it up. Those are the two colors I'm choosing for the body. He's essentially purple, but I'm going to two-tone him a little bit. So I'm going to outline, or go over the outline with the marker with a darker purple, and then I'll actually fill in the larger space with the lighter purple. Now this is up to you. I just feel like it gives it a slightly better pop when you do the outline in a slightly darker color and then do a lighter color on the fill. And so that's what I got going on right here. Yep, almost forgot an arm. There we go. okay. And then for the eyes, I'm going to use the fine tip with a really dark red. This is still that dark red. Go over the edges. I do use and then here will be the slightly lighter red for the eyes. And they come out really nice. But I still, you'll see, I'll kind of switch between the fine tip and then the larger brush tip, depending on how intricate it is or how small it is. And so it allows me to be real precise with the marker fill. So feel free to switch in between the two. Here's the tongue. The tongue is also going to be more of a brighter, somewhat of a brighter red around the edges. And then also the detail line that goes down the middle. And from here, I'll fill it in with more of like a standard pink. And again, I'm using the brush tip on this part to fill in that tongue. Add a little bit more of that dark purple around the top of the mouth. Now I'm trying to find the right color for the lighter purple. This one's pretty good. Again, just like gives it more of a pop if you outline the edges in that darker purple and then fill in the rest with the lighter. And this just takes some time and start filling them in. And as I go through it, of course it's sped up a little bit, but feel free to always pause the video to go, as you're creating your drawing. Once you finish a part, you can just go on to the next. Alright, so as we're finishing up here, I hope you enjoyed this drawing of Gengar. And if you want, I want you to also, like, if there's other characters you want to see drawn or, tutorials on, please add them to the comments. There we go. Add a little detail with a soft gray to the teeth. And then there's Gengar. If you found this video helpful, please like. If you'd like to know when new tutorials are available, please subscribe. There are links to the supplies in the description. Until next time.